someone else to run it. It's a massive project for parking. That's going to be determined. Bill will be
Well, it's certainly the public parking.
Yeah.
Private parking.
Right.
When will the bonding
When will the bonding have to take place? This is really tied very much together with the City Council's approval of this full tax agreement.
Once we have site plan, let's look at the timing of this for a second. Once we have site plan approval, we were talking with the partners yesterday, actually, Louis, myself, and one person. Once the bonding, the site plan approval is completed, and we're in the planning board right now for site plan, we're hoping by late spring, early summer, to have a project that's fully approved. That means site plan, seeker is done. Then at that point, probably sometime this summer, keep your fingers crossed that there's a market there.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah, well,
very
we're all
concerned. I think
we're on the boat together.
absolutely think this is a wonderful project. It's certainly something that has great magnitudes, and it recognizes that we are the third or fourth largest city in the state of New York, and it's an anchor, etc. But it's the economic problems that concern me about, when we get to a certain stage, what does it mean? And if we're at the wrong stage in the economy, what does it all mean?
That's an excellent question. The next meeting, if you were to sit here for 2 more hours, those are the kinds of issues that are going to be integrated into the land disposition agreement. The city is working very hard to put fail-safes there, knowing that they selected this consortium of developers because of their wherewithal, that in spite of the fact that there might be ebbs and flows in an economy, this case an unprecedented ebb, that the city wanted to choose the best team they could for just this reason. So I think they have faith and confidence in us, having been selected for that purpose, that we have the staying power and the proven track record here in Westchester particularly. But more specifically, we're going to work together in that land disposition agreement to define what happens if we're unable to float bonds. What happens if we're able to get commercially reasonable financing? What happens if, because
So you're going to do a worst case scenario.
we're going to do a worst case because, see, if that's going to happen to Striever, Fidelco, and Capelli, it's going to happen to any developer you bring in here at any time in the world. So we are here, we're putting ourselves, our investment on the table, $27 million worth, and we're saying, we're with you. We're a partnership, and we're with you as members of the board of the IDA, all of us. As a partnership, looking at this intelligently, no one's looking to get, if you will, a nickel over on anyone else. We just want to make this a successful project. And so when the time comes, the bond market opens up, we'll work together and we'll float the bonds. If there is no bond market, you can't float bonds. We all want everything, but we can't have everything. This is maybe part of the reason we are where we are. So what I'm saying to you is that we're going to stand in partnership, not running or contracting. We're continuing to invest. Our burn rate's about $500,000 a month, and I projected that out right through July, actually. So we're going to continue to invest. I'm going to ask you to have faith that when the time is appropriate and the markets open up, we will act in good faith.
How much of this $1.4 billion do you have financially secure already?
You cannot, Marty, you cannot go to a lending institution without a formal approval and ask them for commercial financing. Now, have we had preliminary discussions with our banks? The Bank of Scotland, who we deal with, they were just...
You must have an idea of how much this is going to be financed.
Oh, yeah.
Count on.
Oh, of course. We have that laid out in our formulas. We have about 75% commercial financing of the 1.4. That's correct. And that's through a consortium of banks. CIBC World Markets, Bank of Scotland, and we use Ulico, which is Union Life Insurance Company. They make investments, 10% of their overall investments go to real estate, in jobs, and what they call the J for Jobs program, and jobs that create, in the projects, real estate projects that create union jobs.
All right, worst case scenario, do you have a priority list in case that other 25% doesn't come across? What project does not go forward?
Of these components?
You can't finance this.
It's an excellent question. Again, if you were to be part of the meetings that are going to occur
at this meeting.
Well, we haven't decided it yet. So you're asking me to disclose
I
something
am.
that hasn't been
Okay.
decided. So we need to prioritize with the administration and what we can economically achieve and agree to that in terms of priority of phasing. We were talking about phasing the project. So we are looking at that as an alternative given the financial markets. We're doing all of our due diligence as it relates to that. But I can't give you the order of importance at this second because we haven't fully negotiated it with the city.
One more question. The name of the hotel, is that 150-room hotel?
We haven't identified a definitive flag, but I can tell you it's probably going to be a Marriott product. Probably be a Marriott product, given our relationship. Remember, Marriott New Rochelle, Ritz-Carlton is Marriott. So we have, and also in White Plains. So we have an ongoing relationship with Marriott Corporation. So I would suspect it's going to be a Marriott flag, whether it's a JW Marriott product, whether it's a Marriott Residence Inn, whether it's one of the other products. We're not sure yet. But that'll be defined as this project becomes approved. And there's a site plan approval. We have, again, a whole team of people that are doing retail recruitment, that are doing, with our companies, that are doing feasibility analysis. In fact, the whole feasibility study was done for a hotel that was required as part of the TIF feasibility analysis. Every one of the project components, so you know, of course the market was somewhat different 6 months ago. It was different yesterday than it is today. There's no way to definitively predict, but we've done all of our due diligence in analyzing, doing feasibility studies for all the project components. Retail, as I talked to you before, we did the trade market studies through ERA. We used nationally prominent firms. The hotel, Marriott actually did the Ergo Hotels, which is, he owns and runs 30 Marriott facilities, which were partners. He did a feasibility study on the hotel. The office, Cushman Wakefield did a feasibility study on the office. And retail, we had residential, we had 2 or 3 residential groups. I think the marketing directors did one, I'm not sure. The Sunshine Group, one of the others did a study. So we have done extensive amount of studies on the feasibility of these products in this area, in this downtown. All bets are off because of what you have in the economy today. We don't control that.
What phase are you going to start first?
Well, you mean, in the best of all worlds, we'd start
Right.
the project, it would be right down here, River Park Center. We'd start right here at River Park Center. And the phasing plan that we have submitted to the city as part of our environmental review process that was accepted by the council